I'm pretty sure most of you guys at some point have felt like a failure. And that's probably due to scrolling on social media and seeing people that are younger than you. Take my age for instance, I'm 29 years old. That like younger people that have like cars, my dream house, my dream job, getting a really good salary, and thinking to yourself like, wow, why like why could that not be me? Now let's say you do identify that person or celebrity or someone you look up to. You start to follow them and you want to learn from them, so you try to copy them because you think that if you are somehow able to walk in their shoes, success will follow you as well. I mean, come on, if they can do it, so can you. But after doing the same things that your like person that you look up to are doing, and you realize that, oh my word, like there's a huge gap. Like it's working for them, whatever they are doing, whatever they're telling, and you're writing down your book and you want to follow those exact same steps, is not working for you. The gap between you guys like are just so broad and wide that you start to feel jealous. Because I mean, think of a younger person that has a car and you think, oh, but if I work harder I might be able to, you know, buy a car. But then something happens and then you can't buy that car. Or a house. If someone has a house at the age of 23, you start to think like, wow, privilege, because I don't even own a car or yet a apartment or anything under my name, and yet this person is like 20 years old and they already have like a house. So you start to feel jealous. You will definitely also feel like a failure, and it would want you to just give up. Now, a lot of us have reached that point where we want to give up, but if you have that mindset, then you are gonna fail. Like we are so afraid to fail that our worst reality become our reality. So I'm basically gonna tell you that like you need to get rid of that mindset, and I'm gonna try and like work through what success means and how you can change that mindset to be successful or to become successful. Now I want to give a quick shout out to Ruri Ohama. I hope I don't butcher your name, because she inspired me to make this video. Because 2 years ago I stumbled upon this video and it kind of helped me a lot in terms of staying positive on like everything I take on, and like my YouTube channel, and you know, if you want to be successful. And it's been 2 years and I didn't want to shoot it on my phone camera, so when I bought this camera I actually felt the challenge, the need to do a video now, because I felt it was the right time. And this is probably going to be the most important video on my channel, because like I want everyone to please watch this video, because it's going to mean something to you. And it will be like, I hope it can help you shape your future and become successful. So yeah, and yeah, so please comment down below when you basically saw this video and like how it basically helped you, if it did. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. My goal of this video is to identify why we feel this way, but also how to change the mindset, and to also put you in the like on the right path to become successful. So if I can do that. But in order to move forward, we need to understand what success means. Now, I'm not questioning, it's more like a rhetorical question, but most times success means you set some goals, you put some timeline on how and exactly when you want to achieve them, and if you achieve them, you are basically successful. But normally when we plan our success, we tend to kind of like forget about two things: unfair advantages and the iceberg illusion. So let's start with like unfair advantages. Unfair advantages are usually like your skills or anything that like you have a competitive advantage over your competition. So this could be anything, like if I were to just make it simple, like let's say take looks for women. I don't want to make this about sexism or anything, but like most of the time women can use their looks to benefit them, and that's good. Men can also do that, but I think it works better for females. But anyway, that's an example of a probably bad one, but basically if you are pretty, you can use that to your advantage because you have that skill or advantage that someone else might not have. So that's the easiest to explain, but the challenge lies in identifying your unfair advantages that you have over other people. This could either be money or your intellect, your ability to solve problems. It could be anything. Maybe you could draw, someone else can't. It's what you bring to the table that someone else can't. And once you identify this, right, things open. Now, to give you an example, most of the people we follow, we don't know their journey. Sometimes they are rich, so if they want to become a streamer or a YouTuber, they can buy like a PC, everything that they want, and have that advantage over anyone else, and therefore they will be, though their chances of becoming successful is much more larger than someone who perhaps have to start on a cell phone and a console, whatever. But you might have a console and someone might just have a phone, and they, you know, have to do content on the phone alone, but they can't game. You know, maybe they have to game on a cell phone. So you can use whatever you have over your competitor to your advantage in order to become successful. Now, I don't want to go too much into detail, but the point is, go tonight or sometime and write down the stuff that you're really good at, and then try and see where you can use those skills and identify a gap in whatever you want or need to do, and then apply those skills in such a way that someone else can't do it, and that will be your angle of success. Yeah, but I also want to talk about the iceberg illusion. So to give you a bit of a background, so normally we all know the movie Titanic, where they basically they won a ship in 1912, and it was basically marketed as it was unsinkable, it couldn't sink. And then until a small, or an iceberg basically caused all that havoc. It's sad actually. But the point is that iceberg at the top is very small compared to the bottom half, and people usually see only the success, and you can try and explain, this is the steps I took in order to achieve the success. But it's kind of the bottom part that people don't see. Ruri Ohama inspired me because he started a YouTube channel, and she's very successful. I think, I could be wrong, at the time she had 300,000 subscribers, and I thought this girl was killing it on YouTube, the views, everything, and she actually opened up and said that was her 7th channel. Now think about it, 7th channel, and it's been probably almost more than half a decade that she started YouTube. So this is my first channel, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't an easy road. It was tough. It took me more than 2 years to become a YouTuber, and I'm thankful for that. And I really want things to go better from here. But basically what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people don't know what I had to do to be where I am today. And you don't want to talk about it because like people will kind of like think of it like, oh, you just want to say how hard it was and all of those things, but you need to understand that in order to get where you want to be, there is going to be some sacrifices, there is going to be hardship. Another example of mine is I'm a civil engineer. Most of you guys may not know this, but my journey, so normally a course takes 4 years. I, after school, applied to the university. I didn't get in. So basically, I'm making myself vulnerable here. So after I didn't get in, a lot of my friends that necessarily weren't in the top 10, I was always in the top 10, top 5, in high school. So most of the kids that weren't in the top 5 went to university. So I kind of felt like a failure. But my father was one of my pillars that basically reminded me that it's not a race. And that's also what I wanted to say. If you get anything from what I'm saying in this video, it's not a race. Your life is not a race to where you need to be. It's a marathon. We're all basically going at our own pace. So I'm not going to dwell off. So the next year I applied again myself because my father applied for me, which shows you if you don't do things yourself, obviously it doesn't always work out because you didn't have control. You basically taking that away from someone else, the blame, and put it on yourself, because if this time things fail, it's you. So I applied, I got in, but I got in for the extended degree program, and I'm not gonna lie, it felt like, why couldn't I be in this, like, you know, like they can the mainstream 4 years, so I had to do 5 years. I'm not gonna go into detail on like how and why and all those things, how and why, but basically I completed my degree in 6.5 years. Because my first year I did well, because this was now 5-year degree, so they basically give you like a good background study, like maths, they improve your maths, they improve your physics, everything you need, your chemistry, everything you need to succeed. They give you the tools to succeed in 5 years. First year went well, because there were some requirements. You needed to get like 60 and above in certain subjects, and yeah, so it was good first year. Second year, I basically had this module called it was programming, and I've never programmed before. So mind you, I come from a small, like a very middle tier school, so it's not like, basically what I'm trying to say is we don't have those subjects. So it was kind of new to me. I wasn't the only one, but it was tough. So I failed the subject because I tried to cram stuff. I'm going along now, but I hope it helps. I'm building up. So after I failed that, I decided the second year, my third year, I'm gonna try and take that programming subject and another subject in order to finish in 5 years. Long story short, I failed the new subject, which is JavaScript. So in first year at least you learn C++, the language, and then it should help you, if you did pass it, mind you I didn't, to pass Java second year. And then third year there's another programming subject, but this time just the following semester instead of a year apart. So I failed that, and yeah, so I failed a lot of subjects, and I'm not gonna go on, but at some point I started to doubt, am I smart enough? Am I good enough for this degree? Is it worth it? Is it worth all this study depth, all these things? I'm not gonna go too long, but the thing is, I eventually graduated, and I'm glad that I got myself out of that mindset of like feeling like a failure, feeling jealous because other people completed their degrees in time, always feeling salty when people like said they cum laude stuff while I barely scraped past things. And there's another explanation, I'll make a video about that, why I didn't necessarily cum laude, did well on university, just did okay-ish, average. So my point is, people didn't see, they only see, okay, I am an engineer now, and that's all that matters at the moment. Like, I am just as qualified as other people. Yeah, some people pass better than others, but the point is, you are successful, and you had to get yourself out of that put you were in, where you felt self-pity, jealousy, felt like a failure, and take that, internalize it, and use it as fuel to drive you to become successful. Because anyone can be successful. Anyone can be successful. So basically what I'm trying to say is, like, you didn't see, a lot of people didn't hear the story. They saw, okay, Bradman took this long to, you know, but they didn't understand maybe, like, why. Like, I didn't have programming on school. I didn't have this and that and that. It might sound like excuses, but it is true. So they only saw the success part, the tip of the iceberg. So what are the things, after you have identified your unfair advantages and you've like basically saw that like it's not easy, and seeing someone successful doesn't necessarily mean they didn't have hardship and adversity and all those things. So how do I become successful? Well, I had to learn from the best. I had to know that being a failure is fine. I had to learn that success takes time. I had to learn that you lose people along the way. It gets emotional now, but these are the things you have to go through. Sometimes alone, sometimes with people. And you will feel like when you reach or you basically achieve success or you feel successful, you really gonna feel that, wow, I wish that person or those people were in your life, or whoever you wanted to prove something. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo said like, he has always been his biggest fan. And this brings me back to my comments, and someone basically said, why do you always like your comment? And why do you always, you know, heart? Yeah, so basically he's saying, why are you desperate? And for me, it is the fact that like, I'm my biggest supporter. If I don't support myself, who will? So if you want to be successful, be your biggest supporter. Be that person that never gives up. If you feel like a failure, like I said, go to your notebook, write down, this is what I can do, this is what I'm good at, where do I want to be, how many years it's going to take. Do all those things, and you can do it. Anyone can be successful. And then once you reach the point that you are successful, try and tell people the part that they don't see. Don't hide it. Don't say, this is the steps, these are the steps like I'm doing now that you are going to take. Warn them that there is sacrifices, there's going to be a hardship. You are going to pay something in order to get something. So that is it. I hope this video, it's a bit long, but I hope this video helps you and inspires you guys. And I love all of you guys, and I want to do more of these talking head videos. But please like and subscribe if you have not. Comment down below what this video meant to you or in the future. And I just also wanted to ask you guys, because I forgot to talk about it in the video, do you guys think life is unfair? It is. And that's why you need to identify those unfair advantages, because just as life is unfair to you, your life might feel unfair to other guys, or other people, I mean. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you guys do find something helpful in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.